Today we'll be predicting the strongest players at the end of the NEL Eagleless League in Blue Lock. Trying to predict the ending for the standings is hard, but it's also fun, so we're gonna try it. Why the hell not? Anyway, the current top 10 standings right now, as I'm recording this, is Ren, Isagi, Baro, Bachira, Chigiri, Kunigami, Nagi, Aiku, Rayo, and Yuki Miyu and Arya are tied at 9. I think things are definitely going to change, just to say the least. Now, on to the changes. I'll say it right now. The top 3, I don't think is going to change, though. So, number 1, for the end of the league, I still think Ren is number 1. I don't think Ren loses his top spot, even to Isagi, as he, despite playing one less match at the moment, was still the leading goal scorer, and even currently has just scored his 6th goal, putting him above Baro in the match with FC Barca. I just don't think Ren is gonna have a slight downfall or anything that Isagi can match to try to take his spot. Like, for Isagi to take the top spot, he's gonna have to do something fucking extraordinary. And he was already extraordinary in the Ubers match. And we saw he already went up 100 million. Considering the fact that he's going to have Kunigami, who also needs to score, or at least have a moment, and he has Kaiser coming for his neck, I don't see him having a match like the way he did with the Ubers against PSG. Because there's too much going against him. But I do think he retains his number 2 spot, as his metavision is essentially better than anybody else's metavision. He has multiple assists and goals with Corona, Hiyori, Yukimiya, Kunigami, and then he have his own 2 goals. Clutch goals, might I add. Isagi's just different. Like, can make a chemical reaction with anyone. He's just different. And number 3, like I said, they're not changing. I still think Barr is going to retain that 3rd spot, as he's been stated to by Snuffy, who was acknowledged by Noel Noah, the world's greatest striker, to essentially be the best pure goal scorer in Blue Lock. And it makes sense. The whole Ubers is essentially surrounded and plays to his strengths. And with his new Predator eye, I mean, Baro is just a menace when it comes to scoring. And he can dribble. His dribbling's good. And he has the 2nd most goals with 5 in the NEL Eagleless League right now. So yeah, I don't see him losing that spot. This is where the changes happen. Number 4, I think Nagi will be in the 4th spot at the end of the NEL Eagleless League. Why? Despite Nagi being on the downfall, we've seen him with his potential shoot up to, I think it was 4th spot, 3rd or 2nd, one of those with 88 million, but just 1 goal. And that 1 goal, he outwitted 2 Metavision users with his 5-shape fake volley. Arguably the best goal in the series. But yes, after that, he has been on the downfall. He got murdered by Ren and PSG. Even losing his ace striker spot to Chigiri, as Chigiri was the one who scored in PSG. Not him. He got completely locked. But still, it's Nagi. He may have lost his ego right now, but the next match is against Ubers. It's set up for Nagi to have an awakening or some sort against Baro, as him and Baro are like each other's rivals. They're like Isagi and Ren. They're each other's rivals. And I see Nagi doing something unbelievable, which is definitely plausible, with knowing who Nagi is, to jump up and taking that spot. Honestly, I probably see him scoring 2 goals against the Ubers. I don't know how with 2 Metavision users in the defense with Lorenzo and all them, but I think and confident that Nagi is going to turn it up. Even if he doesn't turn it up then, they still have 1 more match, I think, with Barca. So yeah, he has plenty of time. And I think he will take that 4th spot. The 5th spot, I have Bachira. Now, Bachira, I feel, has been the most disrespected player in the NEL Eagleless League. His first match was the introduction to the league, so we didn't really get to see a full match between Munchen and Barca like we saw with the Ubers and Manshine. But even still, that match showed us that Bachira just came in and took over the whole team. It's wired through him. That team is FC Bachira. There's no doubt about it. And even while losing every match, he still has retained the third spot with 66 million throughout all these matches, showing that Bachira is him. Like, Bachira is that guy. His dribbling is fantastic now. He can score. His passes are some of the best passing we've seen. I would argue the only people surpassing Bachira's passing right now is Hiordi, Sai, and maybe Corona. But yeah, Bachira at 5. At number 6, we're going to have Shido. Shido hasn't shined too much, despite being the arguable best pure striker that we've seen from the U20 match, scoring those 2 ridiculous goals. And yeah, he hasn't shined, but I don't think that takes away his ability at all, because he's playing with Ren. Ren is him, the best player in the NEL Eagles League. And he is scoring, but Ren is just taking the spotlight. Considering the next match is against, the big match against Munchin, and Kunigami is there, I'm pretty sure Shido's gonna have a moment where he does something unbelievable, like in a U20, a goal like that bicycle kick goal. Maybe not the same, of course, but a goal that shocks us like that. I definitely see that happening, and he moves up. It's Shido. Like, when it comes to goal scoring, you're not gonna find a better blue locker other than maybe Barrow, who's better than him at that. And he's playing with Ren and still getting goals. I see him shooting up. I can't see him being 12th, 15th, wherever he was. That's just too low. I'm sorry. After Shido, in the 7th spot, we have Kunigami. Chigiri and Kunigami are tied. And if you're asking me who do I think is the better player, it's Chigiri. His golden formula, zone, etc. But with that being said, they have going on to show that, like, the original team is Bachiro, Isagi, Kunigami, and Chigiri. And all 4 of them train together and have seemingly gotten better. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure we have. After seeing it with Isagi, I'm pretty sure all of them got better. And with Kunigami, he has the game going up against Shido. So if there's any time for him to do something big and important to take the edge over Chigiri, it's now. And considering Chigiri doesn't have like a revenge game like Kunigami coming up, and Nagi's probably going to awaken, I definitely see Chigiri dropping. As you can see, it's not far, but definitely not in the top 5 like he is now, I don't think. But with that being said, Chigiri's 8th. Like I said, he's essentially become the master striker. Well, not the master striker, the ace striker for Manshine, taking Nagi's spot. I mean, even when we see the previews for the next match, the person on the team that's highlighted was Chigiri and not Nagi. So yeah, like I said, I do see these other characters coming up having a big spot, big moments, big goals, taking it away, taking advantage of it, and seemingly dropping Chigiri's. But with that said, Chigiri is still Chigiri. His speed, I would argue, is one of the best weapons in the series. It's up there, in my opinion, with Metavision. Like, it's almost unstoppable. And you add that golden zone to it, he's essentially fucking unstoppable. Number 9, I have Rio. Like, the same thing with Nagi kind of applies to Rio. The thing with Rio is, we notice the potential he has, but I don't even think he sees it, because he's so fixated on Nagi and Nagi's potential. Like, if Rail was to become a striker with his chameleon possible metavision, he would be scary. But even without it, he's arguably one of the best all-around players in the series thanks to the chameleon. And like I said, it was hinted that he might have metavision or can grasp it. And yeah, considering that him and Nagi dropped and they said that they were going to switch up for the next match after just getting killed by PXG, I'm expecting something big for him and Nagi. So yeah, I think Rio will take that 9th spot. The 10th spot is last and interesting. I can see the 10th spot being Hiyori because of his meta vision and passing and playing with Isagi. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna get even better next match. Or Aiku. Aiku is the best defender in Blue Lock. Well, besides Lorenzo, but Lorenzo's new Gen 11 also has meta vision. And that's all I pretty much have to say about Aiku. Best defender with meta vision, was able to trouble Isagi. Aiku's great actually. I don't think people put credit on Aiku like they should. And then somebody I think should also be considered for the 10th spot, maybe even higher, to be honest. It's just a special honorable mention because of how good he is at a certain position. Gagamaru. I feel like you could put Gagamaru from 10 to 1 anywhere. Nobody would bat an eye. He is the best goalkeeper. Like, if we were to say who's the next new Gen 11 gonna be in Blue Lock for a goalkeeper, Gagamaru is probably already there. Like, as a goalkeeper, he surpasses everyone else we've seen. He's just outstanding. Like, and his ranking, in my opinion, should be from N to 1. Hell, you could put Gagamaru at 0. That's just how important and great he is. And I truly believe that. Gagamaru is just different at a goalkeeper. And I won't deny it.